guys, it's Heather here, and today I'm bringing you Clashmas Gift number 2, which is the Freeze Trap. And like the Santa Surprise spell, this Freeze Trap is only going to be available in the game until January 5th, but unlike the Santa Surprise spell, I think that this is something that could eventually end up in the game permanently. I think the Freeze Trap is super cool, and if you know me and watch my videos, you know that I love the defensive meta of the game. I love talking about the giant bombs and the spring traps and the best way to use them, and I think using the Freeze Trap in the game could be a huge game changer and could do awesome things on defense. So I'd love to see the ways that you're using it on your base, and I'd love to hear back from you on how well it's working out for you. If you think it's effective, if you think it's too effective, it's too overpowered, let me know what you think and how well it's working out for you. So let's get into the details of this Freeze Trap. It is available at Town Hall 5, and you get one of them, and that is the same all the way through Town Hall 11. Just one per Town Hall starting at Town Hall 5. The cost to buy it initially is 12,500 gold, and then every time you want to rearm it, it costs 2,000 gold. Now, it doesn't matter if you're Town Hall 5 or Town Hall 11, you can't level up the Freeze Trap, and it does the exact same thing no matter what Town Hall level you are, which is it lasts for 5 seconds, it has a trigger radius of 2 tiles similar to the giant bomb, it does Arena Splash, which means that it's going to affect everything in its radius, and the radius is 3 tiles. It's just a little bit smaller than the normal freeze. And this is huge, guys. It targets both ground and air. It's going to be the only trap in the game for this limited amount of time that is going to affect both ground and air troops. Now, some of you may be saying, hey, wait, what about the hidden Teslas? They target both ground and air too. Wait, the hidden Teslas aren't traps. They do have some similarities to traps, but they're not traps. They're not just one-time use and then you have to rearm them to use them again on your base. So these are going to be the only traps that will hit both ground and air at the same time. So that means if a ground troop triggers the freeze spell, it's also going to freeze any air troops that are in that vicinity at the same time too. So right off the bat, that is something really cool. That means it's going to protect you against hog attacks. It's also going to protect you against the loon attacks. So probably the best way to explain this freeze trap is it functions pretty much like a giant bomb. It has that same trigger radius and it does the splash area of effect. It freezes the troops within that 3 tile radius. However, what's different is it's going to stop those troops in the trap. There is no counter to it. There's no unfreeze that can get the troops out of that trap, and they're going to be pounded on by whatever defenses are in that area. Now, just like I've recommended in my other trap videos, there's definitely places where you're going to want to place this trap and definitely places that you're going to want to avoid placing this trap. First off, you don't want this freeze trap on the outside, which is going to allow it to be easily triggered. You're going to want it on the inside just like you would your giant bombs. The most effective placement for your freeze trap is likely going to be near your Tesla farm or by a wizard tower or by inferno towers. You're going to want to be able to freeze large groups of troops in areas where your buildings are doing a lot of damage and it's going to be difficult for the attacker to heal out, or you're going to force a heal, which is likely going to be the case. When an attacker finds a large group of their troops frozen on the spot near a Tesla farm or something else doing splash damage, they're likely going to use a heal on that spot. So you can treat the freeze trap as if it's another giant bomb or essentially another heal zone on your base. Now, because of that means you're going to want to treat it like a giant bomb, which means you're not going to want to place other giant bombs around it. That's because you want to use those giant bombs on other sections of your base, which will force a heal on those sections. In addition, you're not going to want to use your spring traps around your freeze trap either. Use the spring traps in areas where you're going to be able to take out fully healed troops where the attacker typically is not going to be using a heal spell. The other reason not to use your spring traps around your freeze trap is anytime that the troops are stopped, you could cause them to do that stutter, which will cause them to misfire the spring trap and make it ineffective. So probably the best rule of thumb is to think of them as a giant bomb and place them with the same kind of giant bomb pathing. The cool thing though is this is going to apply to both air troops and the ground troops. So you're likely going to want to be targeting these towards hog riders and towards balloons. And then just make sure that the buildings that do splash damage or a lot of point damage, like your Teslas, are in range of the freeze trap. So whatever gets frozen in that freeze trap is going to take a huge beating in that 5 seconds it takes before the freeze evaporates. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for me. So if you like this video, be sure to like it. And if you love it, make sure you're subscribed to me. I cannot believe we're almost to 100,000 subscribers. I seriously never thought this would happen. So honestly, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out my other videos. I promise you, you'll like what you see. And I'll be coming back at you again soon with some more Clashmas goodies. The third gift will be coming out soon. Can't wait to talk about that one too. And I'll catch you next time.